So here we're going to be learning about, I think, more about optionals because I got this problem. So right here you notice that I'm trying to set the cell text to be from the list of strings. So I want to pull the first list of strings and then I want to just describe it. Try to just do it like this. For example, I'll just say, hey, cast this to a string. It gives me this warning and you'll see it pop up right here. Bang, int has been replaced by int describing. Or init, sorry, init describing. Okay, so hit that, and then if you run this sucker, you'll notice the problem. It has optional and then my string name. So that's not ideal. So we set a breakpoint right here, and let's get rid of these two breakpoints. Let's hit run. So we'll notice that I have this workout right here, and I have this list of strings, and I have the string. It's a string. Boston chocolate, right? It's right there. So I'm wondering, okay, why doesn't that work? So I'm thinking it has to do with optionals, right? I'm thinking that when I created this array, I said it's optional somehow. And honestly, guys, I'm still learning this, so I'm not entirely sure. But let's go to the Googles and let's ask them about, this is great music, by the way. Let's ask them, so string, I don't want optional in front of it. Let's see if that works. And string character. Let's look at that. That looks pretty good. It doesn't look like exactly what I want. So let's try something else. Let's try. This looks pretty good. So you notice right here, so they set up temporary variable. It's an optional. Set to something. When they print it, it has that option in front of it. Print line. Where is this from? 2014. Is this even Swift? This might be Objective C. Oh, looks like Swift. Never seen the print line thing. Maybe that's newer. Then here they say string is not an optional, and it prints this. So I'm thinking it has to do with the whole optional thing. So he's basically trying to print this thing. Yeah, so this is our problem right here. So it has that optional in front of it. So let's see what they say. I think this is important. So an optional mini Swift beginners, welcome to my life, thinks that that means an int which may or may not have a value, but really it's an optional which may or may not hold an int. That seems like it makes sense. So okay, I can use force unwrapping. So I know about the bang of the exclamation point. Force unwraps it. So I wonder if I just add that to. Doesn't make sense. But I wonder if I just create a new variable and then force unwrap it and then print that variable. What'll happen? So let's go try that out. Actually, let's just try this right here. I wonder if I just do that. Is it gonna still put this optional? Let's take this breakpoint and run it. See what happens. Would you look at that? Looks pretty nice. But I don't like this. I don't even know what this describing thing is. So let's change that. Let's make a new one. Let's let description equals, and then we'll just take this part, point that out. Actually, yeah, actually let's duplicate that line, count out the old one, and then let's set the cell to equal to description. I got a feeling about this. All right, looks great. So let's try a new one. Optional pie. Save it, load it. Yep, it's the bottom. Okay, that looks great. So let's clean this up, remove this old one. I'm liking it, I'm liking it. So next thing we want to do is, if you notice, the one I added is not at the top. I want it to be at the top of the list. So I could either just reverse the list, or I could, instead of appending them to the end, I could append them to the beginning. And I know I can figure out how to reverse this list, but I think I just want to put them at the beginning of the list. So newest first. So let's figure out how to do that. So let's go to where I'm saving it. When I click save, right here I'm appending this data object, which is my workout, to the end of the list. So I want to append it at the beginning of the list. I don't know how to do that. So let's go Google that. And first position, look at that. So it looks like you say insert, then you have your element, and then your position. That seems kind of a lot of code. Is there not like an easier way to do it? So this is Josh from the future, and no, there's not an easier way to insert at the beginning of the array. I actually do think that we need to add to Swift an easier way to insert at the beginning of the array, kind of like the append, but the opposite, kind of first and last for accessing. But no way to do it, so skipping ahead to when I actually figure that out. Okay, so we know what we're going to do. Remember I copied that. So let's go over here, and we're going to change this. We're going to say this is my array. I'm inserting the new data object at 0, because remember arrays are 0 indexed. We'll comment that out. We're going to run the sucker. Let's see what happens. So I'm feeling key lime. Anyone feeling key lime? Load. Look at that, key lime pie. Just approved. It wasn't a fluke. Let's also do peach. Nice. You'll notice here that when I hit save, it's actually appearing. Probably because I added this little beauty. So if we take this out and run it again, when I hit save, it probably won't update the array. Or sorry, it won't update the table view, which is based on the array. So I'll probably have to hit load to actually load that in. Let's do, actually let's load this right now. Do yeah, nothing because the array didn't change. That's good. We like that. Then if I add reload pie and hit save, it's not going to show up here. When I hit load, it will, because you'll notice that when I hit the load button, I do have that reload data. So that's nice. I forgot I added that. Okay, let's clean this up. Alrighty. And we're looking pretty good right now. So you'll notice that I have the name of the cell, but I don't want just the name. I want a few things in the cell. I kind of want a custom cell, actually. So I have no idea how to do a custom cell. So let's start Googling that, shall we? And that'll be the next episode.